Strang, and the main originating organization is the Sabin Community Association, and the project's name is the Sabin Community Orchard.
Excellent. How does your project build in your community? Or how does it build your community?
How does it build our community? Well, originally, like Rosemarie said, we got about 30 plus people to the original planting in February of this year. And we had Mayor Adams and Commissioner Fritz come, and it was a pretty fun occasion with refreshments and little ceremony and that kind of thing. And as time has gone on, we've done announcements to the list that we got from the original 30-some people and put articles in the neighborhood newsletter every so often and have work parties monthly through the summer. And now we're doing another planting in November next month. And so hopefully we'll have a number of people for that too. And we also had a design meeting to bring more intentional design to the space just recently, a few weeks ago. Because what we did in February was we just planted fruit trees. But now we'd like to do more with intentional design of the space to make it more friendly for kids and families and that sort of thing.
So do you have landscape architects helping out with that, or is it just more of a planning process between neighbors?
It's somebody who's done a fair amount of permaculture over the years, so we got her as a consultant basically just recently, and so she worked with some of the neighbors at the design gathering to come up with a design sketch for the future. And so along with the planting that we'll do in November, we're also shaping or sculpting the land a little bit to make some more pathways and swales for catching storm water.
Nice.
The community publication that you spoke of, is that your primary source of communicating these events and progress with the community members, or do you have other?
There's the Neighborhood Association newsletter that is distributed to all the households in the neighborhood, and there's also the specific list that we got at the original planting that's expanded a little bit since then, that we email out to specifically.
Great. And are you seeing a diversity or an increase in diversity in the community members that are coming and joining in, or is it still a pretty small group?
Well, the group is still pretty small at this point. The work parties haven't been too popular, the monthly work parties. But the design meeting had about 12 people, I'd say. And so we're hoping for more at the second planting in November. Hopefully more like the first planting that turned out 30 plus people.
And what is it about your project that you're hoping will attract newer and more diverse membership as you move forward?
Well, I think as time goes on and people see the land itself being changed, then that'll pull more people in, because we need maintenance as well as the excitement over the plantings. You need maintenance as time goes on. So, for example, the watering of the fruit trees, it was just Rosemarie and me this past summer who were doing that. So hopefully over time we'll pull more people in as they see the land changing.
Do you think once people see the fruits, the actual fruits of that labor, that they'll get more excited too, because they'll see that?
Oh, definitely. And we have things planned for the future, like one of the new things that we want to see soon are some signs, some regular signs. We've had just some temporary signs that are now not there anymore, but the permanent sign should go in another couple of weeks. So that should help with people knowing who to contact and what people were involved with the initial stages of the planting. So people can get in touch a lot more easily with us. And then we have plans for pruning workshops and food preservation workshops, harvest parties, and the volunteers can keep half of the picked produce and share half with food banks.
How does your project build leadership for your organization?
Well, the folks that started it, I think, got more involved in leadership. Rosemarie and me and Katie Kolker with the Portland Fruit Tree Project. We're the first three. And then we brought another person in who was interested, who is the new vice president for the neighborhood association. Her name is Gwen Baldwin. So over time, we're bringing more people into leadership, and the permaculture design consultant, she's taking a lead role in the design. So over time, we're bringing people in.
Great. And how does the project encourage the members and leaders to stay involved with the organization?
Well, I think the communication is an important part with that. So keeping up the publicity with articles in the neighborhood newsletter, the new permanent signs that are going in will make a big push for that. And then the regular keeping up the contacts with people who are interested and doing specific communication with those people, like through email.
And how does the project build new or strengthen existing partnerships with other organizations and groups?
Well, we're building new partnerships, for example, with the Portland Fruit Tree Project. They're really excited working with the Neighborhood Association on this project. And another partner we'd like to pull in more is the Sabin School Sun program, which is involved with the Sabin Garden at the school. So they have contacts with the school family, the kids and the parents. So it's just across the street from the orchard, so it's kind of a natural partnership there. And I think as we get more involved in sculpting the land, then they'll be pulled in more. But also another partner is the folks doing the signs. Katie Kolker with the Portland Fruit Tree Project is the one who is having the permanent signs constructed, and so she's getting some discounts from the sign makers on that.
I have one last question that I'm actually going to ask both of you, and then if you have anything else to add, we can do that then. Would you have done this project without the funding from the Small Grants Program?
I don't think we would have. The responsibility for this public land, which used to be a street, but many years ago was removed and just put into basically a lawn area with one sidewalk going through. The responsibility for the maintenance of that falls to the adjoining private property owners. So this strip of land is essentially divided up into 4 plots that the adjoining property owners are supposed to keep up, cut the lawn and that sort of thing. So without the funding, I'm not sure where the money to buy the trees would have come from. And then we had other things done too, like we had some big cherry tree trunks cut down. This volunteer cherry tree was sending branches into the space and leaning over pretty severely. So we got that work done, and we rented a chipper and chipped a lot of the branches, and then we were able to put the chips around the new fruit trees. So I think a lot of this wouldn't have been done without any public funds from the Neighborhood Small Grants Program.
It sounds like you were able to match those with enough human equity to really make the thing work. Would you?
That's right. That's what it takes. Community volunteers and some startup funds, and you can do a lot.